2016 was a year in music that no one will ever forget if you're around those years. With the iconic Double XL Cypher, great albums that came out, and with so many rappers that are now mainstream and doing well, it's safe to say all the good that came out of it. But obviously, there were some rappers who, unlike the others, weren't releasing the best in music. Lil Pump, Lil Xan, Bad Baby. A lot of these rappers at the time didn't have much going on with their rap career or what they had to say. But what I feel is out of all these rappers from 2016 that were popping at the time, I believe Ski Mask, the Slump God, was the most unique that came out from the SoundCloud era. I've already checked out and dived into his latest project that he put out, The 11th Dimension, and I will leave that in the description down below. And now that the album has been out for a little bit, I figured now it's time to go back to 2018 and look back at his first debut album, Stokeley. Keep this in mind, and this is coming from a Ski Mask fan, and there will be some opinions based on this. And hey, music is subjective, so take it with a grain of salt. Also, I wanted to do this video because not only have I not reviewed this album yet, but he's also a Florida rapper, and I'm from Florida as well. So, anyway, like, subscribe, follow me on my socials, and without further ado, let's get into it. Here are my thoughts and discussions on Stokely. Now, when it comes to Ski Mask Slum God, one thing I always had to give him praise by when it comes to or around the SoundCloud era was that he always brought something unique when it came to that era, and it was just the way he was rapping that honestly I'm truly surprised, and still to this day just surprised by. Not only does he have a unique way of rapping based off his flows and punchline he brings, but he also could bring you back some old references from childhood memories, such as like cartoons, anime, video games he refers to in his skills. And he really shows it off in this album. Hell, there's even a song called Nuketown featuring Juice WRLD that even the name based off alone is named after the map in Call of Duty Black Ops. And that's only the start of it. With loads of references in his songs, there's about to be some fun and great hits that came out of it. Like the song "So High" being a different sort of song based off Ski Mask, with him rapping and him bringing this soothing and deep song that comes out of it. And this is the first time that he's been doing this. In his 11th Dimension, he had a song called "What Do You Mean," and I thoroughly enjoyed that song. And both the songs I really enjoy, and "So High" being again another my favorites because lately I've been enjoying this one. It's just kind of different, and I really enjoy the different, I guess, songs that Ski Mask can bring. And it can be said with another song of his, which is Save Me Part 2. And now I'm thinking about it, this kind of reminds me of X would do, low key. And he kind of, I feel like when it came to those two songs, or even What Do You Mean in particular, kind of just gives me that sort of X vibe. And speaking of X, Nuketown with Juice WRLD, it has this sort of like rage mosh pit of a song, which reminds me so much of like X is like tour concerts, and it just brings so much of like a mosh pit sort of song, which is so good and so hyped out of it, and still is today. It's such a hype ass song. And when you get songs with such as like Foot Fungus, Unbothered, Faucet Failure, they have such like weird ass beats that goes along with Ski's ability to rap and show his different flows. It's honestly really, really impressive. And these songs in particular are definitely classics of Ski's. With Faucet Failure being one of my favorite Ski Mask songs, it can show what Ski Mask can do. Probably the only thing though that low-key bothers me when it comes to this album, which is not even like a nitpick, but it's kind of just a little kind of thing that bothers me, which I wish it had more features. But even so, the collabs that we brought or that he brought into this album are fairly decent and good. Nuketown with Juice WRLD or Evil Twins. He's been collaborating with Juice WRLD, and he's a fan of his of so long. And another one with being Austin Lamb, which is unexpected, but low key, I with him. He's a pretty cool artist. And then you have like Far Gone with Lil Baby, which is good, but probably for me is my least favorite feature from this project. And then you got Little Yachty. Saying his song was pretty decent and whatnot, of Capus, and Because like, he was doing his style of rapping, and it kind of fits with the song. And with that, this project is a certified classic for 2018. Don't get me wrong. And one thing, like I said, I have to give Ski Mask props is he's not afraid to show like a different mood or a different side of him when it comes to different songs. Songs like Lala having this like horror gore sort of song, which kind of reminds me of like October to Halloween kind of. It just has this beat that kind of just reminds you of it. And then you got songs like You and I that has a combination of rapping and singing, which is really, really different. And I like it. And Get Geet has this like repetitive, catchy hook and a lot to take in with this album. But this album at the time when it was 2018, and it still is to me, it's definitely a certified classic, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if I had to guess, or not guess, but pick out like my favorite when it came to Stokeley, I would say my favorites from these songs probably has to be Foster Failure, Nuketown, and Unbothered. So High being another honorable mention, as it's just such a chill song to go with it. And yeah, overall, this is definitely a great album to look back to. And I still listen to it to this day, to be honest. It's still really just interesting song to look back at, like based off specific songs I listen to. And this one being another like sort of replay in my mind, it's only because there's some songs here that I thoroughly enjoy and I like re-listening to again. So let me know what y'all thoughts on this album. And if y'all like this, feel me, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.